Joined by Washington Capitals head coach Todd Reirden, driven by Sheehy Auto Stores and Sheehy.com. Speaking of road trips, have you been practicing your Russian with Ovi and Kuzi? Reports are the Caps could play a regular season game in Russia or possibly Sweden as soon as next season. That would be a really cool experience for you and the players.
Yeah, it would be a really cool experience for sure. And I've got to pick up my game a little bit. My 200 words of Russian aren't going to fly real far over there. I can pull it off over here, but I'm going to have to work on my game a little bit if that's the case. But that would be obviously something different for our league, and we're looking to continue to grow globally and grow what I believe is the best sport in the world. And no better way to do it than if we do decide to do it over in Russia with Ovi and the other contingent of players that we have. It would make it a pretty special day for those guys in particular, and a good experience for everybody.
All right, so I see that Backy's expected to miss tonight. It'll be his third straight game. Are we getting closer to him returning, or is this something that's going to linger?
Yeah, he's a player that you certainly miss, that's for sure. So he's providing everything is, he's doing fine. I think we might see him on for morning skate today, I'm hoping, because it's a non-contact. So hoping that things went fine for him the rest of yesterday and this morning. And then we'll get him out there with us for that. And then we'll continue to push forward, and hopefully we can get him, at the beginning of, maybe that West Coast swing would be a really that's very wishful thinking on my part. So I'm thinking the positive on this one, that as soon as we can get him back, we'll love to have him. He's just such a good leader and done so much for this organization and the area, and just a phenomenal player. So we've missed him, but we want to make sure he's 100%, and that's important for him, for our future, that's for sure.
So, Coach, GM Brian McClellan spoke to the media this week, updated them on the negotiations regarding Nicholas Backstrom. McClellan said, quote, "We're going to do whatever we can to get him back, and hopefully they find a deal that works for both sides." But I was shocked to see that Backy is doing his own wheeling and dealing. He's doing it without an agent. That seems kind of wacky to me. Like, negotiations are stressful. Trust us, it's for a lot less money when we do it, but I don't want anything to do with it. I let our agent take care of it.
Yep.
Backy's in there doing it himself.
Yeah, I try to stay out of that side of things. I'm working with him on how to do something different on a face-off play, or different looks we can have on the power play, or different things we can do with our team to build us. I stay out of that side of things, but certainly a player that we want to have back. I'm not up to date with what he's doing in terms of representation, but I just I know that it's a player that we really want to have back. And like I spoke to a few minutes ago, is just the impact he's had on this area and what he's done for the team and organization. He's really been one of the guys that's built it into what we are today, that's for sure. And it's pretty special, the combo of Ovechkin and Backstrom. I don't know if I'll ever be comfortable seeing a Capitals jersey or a Capitals team without both of them in it anymore. So that's I feel strongly that something will get worked out.
Talking to Coach Todd Reirden from the Washington Capitals. He's driven by Sheehy Auto Stores and Sheehy.com. I wanted to ask you about something that you talked about during Media Day. When we were there at Media Day, we saw the wearable monitors that the guys will wear during practice and things like that. When you gather that data, what have you seen? Does anybody sweat profusely? Those heart rate? What do you gather that information for?
Yeah, it's really where the game is headed now, and it's even going to get even further along here in the next. They're saying maybe by the end of the year, but next year with just the tracking of the puck and all this, different stuff of where the game is headed. But what we did, and just to go back, so all the listeners know exactly what we're talking about, is we put heart rate monitors and a catapult system to measure the work output by the players. And as a coach, you design a practice, and you design it with the intention that you want it to be a hard one, or a little bit easier, and maybe something in the middle. But now you have actual data to support it. So, and then you're also able to track weight loss, weight gain during the practice, and so that's something we continue to use. I can tell you that we used it this week heavily on Monday and Tuesday. Monday was a real work day for us after a day and a half off. I know that our work levels, or as we call them, workloads, were at one of the highest of the season. And then yesterday we dropped it down about 40 spots from there. So we went from a 115 to a 70 yesterday, where we worked more on skill, and that's like an average practice. So on the metrics that we use for this, I'd say work load measurements. So it's something that's good for us. But clearly, the guy who sweats the most, I can tell you this one, to answer your initial question, is Braden Holtby. So that's the one we have to watch a lot on a long, hard practices. He'll lose 6 to 8 pounds on a practice.
That's silly.
Like that.
Oh man, I need to come out and do like three or four practices.
I'd
with
be
you
so
guys.
sexy by the end of the week.
Man, get some
That's all water
equipment on
weight,
me.
though. It's all water weight, so it comes right back.
Yeah, so he, and they are on top of it.